back or welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing a Q&A. I just wanted to do a really chill video where I can just talk to you guys. I feel like there's a lot to tell you guys. I asked you guys questions on Instagram and my community tab of things you want to know. So this video is going to be split up into different sections of those questions. Before we get started, I want to tell you guys like the basics just in case you're like new to my channel or something. So hi, my name is Unice. I'm 15 and I'm a sophomore in high school. I live in Los Angeles, California. I have one older brother and he's a senior, and I just vlog my life and post it on the internet. Now we're gonna get into the actual questions. First topic is personal stuff, and first question, we're jumping right in. How are you doing mentally and like how's life? And recently I've been doing okay. September, that was so rough. Like I was like not doing well during that month. But October has been a lot better. I feel like I've just changed my mindset a lot. Started to look at things from a lot more of a positive perspective. So I think things are getting better. Next question is, who inspires you and who do you look up to? Probably my parents. I feel like they're both just like so hardworking people and I really admire that for them. They always provide for me and my brother. I feel like that's such like a basic answer, but genuinely, like I love my parents so much. Next question, I got this a lot. Always the most common asked question, do I have a boyfriend? No, I've never had a boyfriend. I literally haven't liked someone since 6th grade. I'm not even joking. I'm just like not into relationships right now, at least. I'm just really happy with myself and friends and family. Next question I got was, what are your life goals? This is like a really deep question, low-key. My main life goal is of course just stay happy. I'm naturally such an overthinker. I'm really working on trying to just go through life being less worried about things. But my dream life, where I see myself in 10 years if life were perfect, I want to live in New York so bad. I have such an obsession with New York and the New York aesthetic. My dream is to just be self-employed in New York where I can do something I'm passionate about as well. Probably not happen, but you never know. Other than that, I feel like I don't really have a life goal at this point. Who are your favorite artists and movies? Okay, surprisingly, I'm not that much of a movie phase. I did go through a Vampire Diaries phase in like last year. That was traumatic. I don't know what went through me. I was so like invested in that, but I'm over it now. I love Vampire Diaries still, just not as like obsessed as I was. As for artists, anyone who knows me in real life knows that I love Harry Styles and One Direction. They are like my top artists on Spotify. Their non-local songs are so good. But yeah, them, Taylor, love her. Phoebe Bridgers, Khalid, Luke Hemmings' album and Phineas's album have been two of my favorite albums recently. I've also been listening to Jaden a lot because one of my friends loves his music. So going along with that, my favorite song of all time is Fine Line by Harry Styles. It's my #1 song on Spotify. I love that song so much. I listened to it a lot, especially last month when I was like really going through it. It's like a really sad song-ish. Like it's a sad song but comforting. As the instruments get added in the middle, it's so good. If you listen to it, let me know what you think of it in the comments because I would love to talk about that song. The next section is like school and productivity. So a lot of you guys asked like, how's school going? How are your classes? And it's better than usual. A lot of the reason why I was really stressed in September was because I was so overwhelmed from school. Like going from being an 8th grader in person and then having your entire first year of high school online and then going back to high school still feeling like an 8th grader but having that sophomore year workload was so overwhelming for me at first. But now I feel like I'm on a schedule and I really know how I study and how I can get good grades. I'm bringing my grades up. They're not the best right now. We're working on it. Next question is, how do I study well? I'm such a crammer. I literally only study the day before the test. Planning ahead helps so much. Just writing down in my calendar when my tests are and finding out the best ways I study. Quizlet, the most helpful app in the entire world. It is my lifesaver, literally. Also just like reading through the notes. But yeah, that's what I do. Favorite class and what are the classes you're taking next year? My favorite class right now is Psych. I hate the tests and the quizzes. Those are really stressful to study for because it's so much information at once. Overall, I love the class and I think it's so interesting. I feel like it's one of the only classes where everything I learn in there I can actually apply to my daily life. We're learning how the brain works and why our brain does certain things. I don't know, I just find that so interesting. But I will put my schedule right here. I'm sure I've mentioned it in like school vlogs, but I'll put it right here. Next question, how do you manage school and YouTube? Honestly, I have no idea. I make a to-do list for every small thing I have to get done, so I'm always keeping myself accountable, and then also just planning and time blocking my day. The night before, I'll sort of mentally plan out in my head when I need to do certain things so I can get everything done. I love being productive too. I feel like I just go day by day and hope that I can get everything done. What? Thanks. Bye. Next question is, how do you stay productive and wake up early? I actually get this question literally all the time. Honestly, I'm a morning person. Everyone clowns me for it. Every single one of my friends make fun of me for sleeping at 9:30, but I love the morning so much. I think it's so peaceful and I'm definitely the most productive during that time. Definitely like discipline. I feel like it takes a few weeks to really get used to it, but I promise you will. And just sleeping early and making sure you still have that good amount of sleep. I need to get water. I'm so thirsty. But last question in this category, do you do extracurriculars? I do. The main things I do is school and YouTube though. I also play the violin. I'm not good at it though. I'm also an ASB at school. Now we're gonna move on to the next category, which is mindset and advice. First question is, what's the most important part about maintaining your mental health? I feel like it's different for everyone and it definitely takes you a while to find that one thing. Just what helps me personally is finding things that I know will make me happy and just surrounding myself with that. I am such a big fan of music. Music is like my biggest coping mechanism. Like, it literally changes my mood just like that if I listen to a song that I love. And also surrounding myself with people that like give off good energy. The main thing I feel like is just knowing makes you happy. I feel like I'm so bad at advice. I honestly have no idea what I'm saying. Next question is, biggest realization that you've come to recently? Love this question so much. I've realized that I'm such a homebody and I love just spending time with myself and doing my favorite things. As much as I love hanging out with my friends at school, and I love having my own time where I can listen to music, sit in bed and do nothing, have a night in to myself, and I wouldn't ever sacrifice like me time for anything. That's one realization I came to, is that I'm not as much of an extrovert as I think I used to be, like before quarantine. And then the second realization is, it's kind of deep, but I feel like normally in high school, you get so caught up in the world of it, of going to every single event and doing everything. FOMO obviously is such a big thing. Like, I definitely realized that I forget that there's so much beyond high school. And even if you're not in high school, like middle school, college, there's so much beyond that. Like, I'm only 15. I have my entire life ahead of me to do anything that I want. High school is 4 years of my life. Good or bad, it's gonna come to an end. So everything that I'm worrying about now most likely won't matter in 5 years time. Like, if I didn't go to one event, I'd be like, wow, I'm missing out on like the entire world, which in reality I'm not. And I've realized with me being a homebody specifically that, okay, someone can go out and have fun without me. If I'm not invited, that's okay, because I'm having as much fun doing things that I love and surrounding myself with my favorite music, my favorite things. So someone going out without me, I really like, it doesn't faze me anymore. So that's like the biggest realization I've came to, that like high school just isn't my whole life and I shouldn't be acting like it is. That was a little bit of a spiel, but next question, what do you do if you're stressed? I use the Pomodoro method a lot. I think that's what it's called, where you study or you do things in increments and then you have like a 10-minute break in between, so you're never burning yourself out. Just like give my mind a little refresher here and there. So I'll take a longer break if I really need to. Also, I give myself Saturdays as a day where I have absolutely nothing to do. I rarely go out with my friends on Saturdays. I just make it a day where I can spend it for myself. I upload a video in the morning and the rest of the day I'm just in bed eating junk food and watching YouTube. It's so helpful to just like have a day where I don't have anything to do. Moving on from that, how do you deal with haters? I used to care a lot about like what other people said, and if someone made one rude comment, and I would think about that for so long and I'd get so insecure. I don't know. I feel like now I've really gotten to that stage where I just like don't care in a way. If someone says something bad about me, okay, like there's nothing I can do about it. And if people I don't even know in real life are gonna hate on me based off of 10 minutes they see of my life, I just try my best to be nice to people. But if people still don't like me, that's not my problem. I always try to still be a nice person and help others when they need to. YouTube definitely helps a lot with that. Just having like the persona of being like the YouTube girl at school. I'm just like, now whenever people make comments about it or people make comments on other stuff, personally or online, I'm just like, it doesn't faze me anymore. I'm really just trying to just do what truly makes me happy while still being like a kind person. I've been talking for 30 minutes and I'm not even halfway through. Next question is toxic friend. This is such a big thing I feel like everyone goes through in high school, middle school, but I would say to definitely distance yourself respectfully. You never want to be out rude to a person or just straight cut them off. So overall, show basic respect, of course, but don't go out of your way to talk to them. I'd say is my biggest advice. Last question in this category is, you seem like you have your life all together and you're carefree. How? Again, just a reminder that everything that you see online, it's not like real, or it is real, but it's curated. My life is not just the 10 minutes that you guys see every single week. It's so much more than that. And there's so much more downsides that I really don't show. As for being carefree, it definitely took a while, and I definitely still go through periods of time where I am like really sad and not doing well. I feel like right now I'm in my thriving era where I'm just like feeling good in a lot of areas of my life, but definitely wasn't always like this. Again, September was so bad for me. Every single area of my life was just not doing well. But if you are going through a dark time, I promise there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. As impossible as that may seem, it will happen, I promise. The last category we have right here is YouTube. I got a lot of questions on how YouTube affects like my personal life. So first question is, does YouTube ever stress you out? Yes, just because I feel like it's so unpredictable and I'm someone that loves order. So when something doesn't go as planned, it's sort of stressful. But I feel like recently in the few months with school specifically, I've fallen in love with filming. I love filming and just being able to look back on so many little experiences. That really just keeps me going, and I don't see myself quitting YouTube in the near future. Next question, how's your life like since becoming a content creator? It's definitely different. Obviously my life is different because I film and edit videos every week, but I feel like school specifically is different. A lot of people at my school know about my YouTube. So many of my friends have told me that there's people that they know that I don't, that watch my videos or know of my channel, and it's really weird to think about. Next question is, does anyone treat you differently because you have a channel? Yes and no. I feel like the main difference that I see in the way people treat me is just the things that we talk about. Overall, people have been really supportive, specifically at school, which I really appreciate. And they'll like sometimes make comments about it, but it's never mean. It's always like either friendly teasing or like support. So it doesn't ever bother me. But what does make me sort of annoyed sometimes is when people make YouTube my entire personality. It's like the only thing that they ever talk about with me. They think that there's nothing more to me. That part is a little bit annoying, but in a sense, I sort of get it. So this question is, how do you deal with people at school making fun of your YouTube? I've never really been made fun of for YouTube. There was this one time though, I was at ASB retreat and everyone there was watching my videos. Like it was on a TV and we were all just watching it. It ended up being fine. It was just really scary to see people's reaction to like the way I film. That was the only experience where I got a lot of friendly teasing at once, which again isn't a bad thing. Like I don't really care, it doesn't really bother me. And then the last question I get a lot is, how do you stick to your posting schedule? You post every single Saturday and I don't know how you do it. I feel like, first of all, naturally I'm a pretty determined person. I would say if I have my mindset on something, most of the time I'll be like really determined, which can be a both good and bad thing, but also planning ahead. Today is November 1st and I believe this video is going up on November 13th. So if I do ever need time off from filming or editing, I can give that time to myself because I have that buffer of like 2 weeks. If I'm really busy with school that week, I can miss some editing or miss a week of filming and still still have a video go up every Saturday. But yeah, I'd say planning ahead is the main reason how I can upload every week. But yeah, with that was all the questions that I answered. Thank you to everyone who asked questions on my Instagram and community tab. I love you. Okay, it's actually a day later, but I just wanted to end this video. I hope that you picked something up and hopefully got a little bit of advice. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below bunny if you stayed till the end of this. Also, make sure you subscribe, click the post notifications, and follow my Instagram and TikTok at unice.liu. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, night, or whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys next Saturday for another video. Bye.